Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. They just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank, it's over.
You really think he had a chance to win? But why would you say that? Come on, man. He just needs some money. That's what this is really about. But still, does he actually have a shot at winning? That's the real question. What happens when the line between real boxing and showbiz completely disappears? That's exactly what the world saw when Terence Crawford made a surprise appearance at the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis press conference and dropped a warning that shook the entire room. No one expected it. But what made the moment even more shocking wasn't just what he said, it was who said it. Because if you've been keeping up with the sport, you already know there's serious tension between Tank Davis and Terence Crawford. No love lost there.
The ring, how much you think you'll weigh?
When I walk in the ring?
Yeah.
With or without the ankle monitor on? That's corny. That's super corny. I don't know how much I'll weigh.
And the handcuffs too.
Huh? What are you talking about, fam?
How do you win this fight?
That outfit is trash. For real. That outfit is garbage. And that hairstyle. Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a clown. We all know this. Anybody rocked a mohawk. Name
You
them.
want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the clown, buddy. You're the clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown.
Now, since we on this, if I put my hands on females or anything like that, right? If I put my hands on females or anything like that, you know how many female? Like, come on, it will be mad. You see how when I don't even want to bring up nobody thing, what's the name about that? But P Diddy, when things got like that. No, listen. When one female did a charge, it was mad females coming out, right? So if I hit a female, right, wouldn't it be mad other females? Like I ain't been just with one female. Like I'm 30 years old. Like let's be real. I've been with more than one female. Wouldn't mad females come out and say something about me hitting them? No.
And just when the chaos hit its peak, the unexpected happened. Terence Crawford walked in. The moment he stepped through those doors, the entire room went silent. The crowd froze mid-shout. Cameras whipped around, and all that loud, wild energy instantly turned into stunned silence. Everyone could feel the shift. It wasn't just another celebrity showing up. It was a pound-for-pound king entering enemy territory, and every eye in that building was locked on him.
100%.
He should beat Jake Paul, shouldn't he?
No, he shouldn't.
You don't think? Sorry. So, I thought we were all unanimous here. Do you think that
shouldn't.
You think Jake Paul beats Gervonta Davis?
70 pounds is 70 pounds.
Gervonta Davis is very small. 5'5".
He's tiny, bro.
5'5".
That's
You
what I'm
got
saying.
Jake Paul
He's a little
6'1".
man.
If Jake Paul's tucking up,
move on,
and absorbing punishment for walking forward, then look, there's a way.
And that's when Crawford said something no one saw coming. He didn't trash talk. He didn't challenge Tank. He warned him, calm, confident, and serious. He told Tank Davis straight up that stepping into the ring with Jake Paul could be dangerous. And when a fighter like Terence Crawford says that, you pay attention. This isn't just some casual opinion. This is coming from one of the most skilled, technical, and versatile boxers of our time, a man who's dominated across multiple weight divisions.
Well, you're a boxing fan?
Totally.
Okay. Tank Davis and Jake Paul in November. According to betonline.ag, Jake Paul's the underdog at plus 139. Gervonta Davis is the favorite at minus 180. So he's the favorite almost 2-1.
Right.
What do you think will happen in this ring?
I don't know, but Tank should beat him. Tank should beat him, but Tank is smaller. And usually in boxing, you take the bigger man, but then again, Terence Crawford killed that when he beat Canelo.
They're the same weight.
Yeah, they was
at the time.
Well,
Well,
no,
maybe a little bit different after they rehydrated, but they weighed in at the same weight. There's a 30-pound difference between Gervonta and Jake Paul. Jake Paul had to lose like 30 pounds to get down to like 195. And Gervonta, I think, is like 160.
Gervonta all the way up to 160?
Well, hold on. Gervonta.
160?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. No. 133.8.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes, he 133.
It's a 60-pound weight difference.
Yes.
60 pounds.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, but ain't extra weight on that chin.
That chin is all bone.
That chin ain't all bone. There ain't no meat on that chin.
No meat on that chin.
Ain't no
That's
meat
true.
on that chin. You know, big dudes get knocked out real quick. I done had a few.
Yeah?
Ain't no chin. Oh, yeah. You just can't. First of all, you can't let them hit you. That's first of all. And once they swing, they motivate them come, and then you catch them. And if you could turn it right there and catch them right there, they fall real hard.
You got to get in close,
because they've never been. I don't know about Jake, but big dudes never fight. Usually they intimidate, and then they can't last long. Their stamina is 30 seconds a minute.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jake's lost before to Tommy Fury.
Okay.
But he's never fought a world-class boxer before. In his prime, championship level, like a Gervonta, but there's a 60-pound weight difference. Yeah. I think Gervonta will win too, but I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like a clown show at this point. You know, it's like a circus. It's like, let's put a bear with a human and see what happens. How much? Give someone a stick, like Thunderdome or something.
Yeah, they're making a mockery of it. That's true for its true purists.
No, it's not real boxing anymore. These are all exhibition matches.
Right.
It's not affecting anyone's records.
Right.
In boxing, that kind of weight gap isn't just a difference. It's a danger zone. When one fighter outweighs the other by that much, every punch carries the power to change the fight in an instant. And Crawford knows that better than almost anyone. He's climbed from lightweight all the way to super welterweight, taking on and defeating bigger, stronger opponents at every step. He's felt that difference in size, he's adapted to it, and he's mastered it. So when someone like Crawford warns you about stepping into the ring with a naturally heavier fighter, he's not exaggerating. He's speaking from experience, the kind that's earned through years of surviving wars in the ring.
Bro, that's a fucking disgrace of a fight.
Yeah.
You know it. Just like Mike Tyson, low-key was a disgrace, but we accepted it. But he was 60 years old. I mean, the casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck up Jake Paul, they're going to think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fighter. Gervonta Davis, he's actually really small. Like, when I fought him, he's small.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a very unfair fight.
It wasn't trash talk. It wasn't hate. It was the truth. The kind of truth only a real fighter understands. See, most casual fans look at this matchup and think it's simple. A world-class boxer versus a YouTuber. In their minds, Tank Davis should destroy Jake Paul with ease. He's faster, more experienced, and known for that explosive knockout power. But that's not how it really works.
It's kind of weird because Jake Paul is extremely bigger than Tank. And I mean, but with it being a exhibition, it makes sense. It's fine. He got a big name that he's going to be fighting. But I mean, it really makes no sense because he's going to be weighing over 200 and some pounds. Tank's going to probably be weighing maybe at the most 147, 150. So I don't even understand why the fight is happening.
It all comes down to size and strength, the kind of raw physical difference that can't be trained away. At that weight, just one clean punch can turn the entire fight upside down. Even the smallest mistake from Tank could cost him everything in a split second. And that's exactly what Crawford, along with many other seasoned pros, was trying to make people understand. This isn't about pride or confidence. It's about reality. From a professional standpoint, this fight just doesn't make sense. It's a matchup where the risk far outweighs the reward, and no amount of skill can fully erase that kind of danger.
Tank gave a little prediction on the fight, talked about Errol has a metal shield and you have a glass shield, talked about the punch resistance. What do you think of Tank's assessment of that? Could he get it in the future? I mean, you came up from 35, right?
You ain't fighting no real guys at 47.
Everyone's talking about Errol fighting the winner of Canelo and Jamel. Could you ever do that? Is that too much weight?
What, 168?
Yeah.
I ain't going up there.
Right.
So you got Canelo winning then, right? Then
Definitely. If he fighting at 168, definitely.
But what really makes this whole situation even wilder is the history between these two. Not long ago, Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis weren't anywhere near friendly. They were locked in a heated rivalry that had the entire boxing world buzzing. It all started when Tank boldly claimed he could move up in weight and beat Crawford, that he'd be the one to finally dethrone the king. At the time, it sounded crazy, a lightweight calling out one of the most complete fighters of this era. Crawford didn't take it seriously.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
ChatGPT said. But then things started to spiral. Out of nowhere, rumors began spreading about a possible Crawford versus Tank fight, and the internet completely lost it. Fans flooded comment sections, debate shows lit up, and everyone wanted to know if it was real or just hype. Tank kept the fire going, taking subtle and sometimes not so subtle shots at Crawford on social media. He mocked Crawford's resume, questioned his opponents, and tried to downplay everything the champion had achieved. It wasn't just talk anymore, it was personal. What started as a wild what if suddenly began to feel like a real grudge match in the making.
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck.
And then came the moment that crossed the line completely. Tank took it too far when he started making comments about Crawford's family. And that changed everything. What had been just a back and forth between two fighters instantly turned into something much deeper. It wasn't about competition or bragging rights anymore. It was personal. And when you bring family into it,
there was some kind of crazy trash talk with Gervonta and Terence Crawford recently. And one of the things that I've always kind of noticed is most of the time, one of the things that's kind of off limits is families. Like you usually don't.
Yes.
People,
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, and so I wanted to kind of understand what your thoughts was about like some of those comments that was made. I think it was about Terence's wife. What, like in your mind, where? Because obviously, like you've been in this sport.
I think Terence Crawford right now in the sport of boxing is the pound for pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now. It's good to see him in his position, in the position that he's in. I think he has a beautiful family. I think he has a beautiful wife, a beautiful queen, a black queen. And there's nothing better than a black woman in this world. That's just my opinion.
Crawford, who's known for keeping his cool no matter what, finally showed real anger. You could see it in his eyes. This time, it wasn't just talk. And just when things were heating up, Floyd Mayweather stepped into the picture. And that's where everything got complicated. Floyd, the man who once mentored and promoted Tank Davis, decided to side with Terence Crawford. It shocked everyone. For years, Floyd had been in Tank's corner, guiding his career and defending him publicly. But now,
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like?
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways, nah.
Floyd didn't hold back. He said Tank went too far. That family should always be off limits, no matter how intense a rivalry gets. That statement hit Tank hard. His relationship with Floyd was already crumbling, and this just poured gasoline on the fire. It felt like betrayal from a man who once called him his protege. So now, seeing Terence Crawford, the same guy Tank had beef with for months, show up at the press conference and warn him instead of clowning him?
The moment to kind of wrap your brain around that and make.
Oh, Kavaliauskas comes forward, and Bud Crawford was hurt.
Now here's the million-dollar question. Was Crawford's warning real, or was it all part of a mind game? Because let's be honest, this is boxing, and nothing in this sport happens by accident. Every word, every stare, every move is calculated. It's possible Crawford was being genuine, speaking from experience and concern, but it's just as possible he was planting a seed of doubt in Tank's mind, making him second-guess himself before the fight even begins. In boxing, mental warfare can be just as powerful as any punch, and Crawford is a master of both.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he's done. Tank is done. Period.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something similar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
Tank Davis is already carrying a lot on his shoulders. Critics are coming at him hard, calling him a sellout for chasing money fights instead of building a lasting legacy. On top of that, he's been dealing with personal battles, mental stress, legal issues, and growing tension within his own camp. Things only got messier after he split from his longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, the man who helped shape him into a star. Without that familiar voice in his corner, Tank's confidence seems to be getting tested like never before. And now, with Crawford's warning echoing in the background, the pressure on him has never been higher.
If Tank get to pick his opponent, he would do it. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Y'all was doing the back and forth shit. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like I really don't like him. I don't like.
Just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. You know, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, you know, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's, you know, using what he got to shield him. You know, like he got a lot of security guards around him, and he know, you know what I mean, he in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations he wouldn't be acting.
That kind of psychological jab could easily throw Tank off his game. When you're already dealing with pressure, doubt can be your worst enemy. And Crawford knows that better than anyone. He's not just a great fighter. He's a master strategist. Calm, composed, and dangerous both inside and outside the ring. He understands how to control the narrative before a single punch is thrown. By publicly warning Tank, Crawford might not just be giving advice. He could be shaping the story, planting a subtle seed that makes Tank question himself before the first bell even rings.
That's the only thing it for me. I didn't accomplish everything there is to accomplish in the sport of boxing. You know, there's really nothing for me to accomplish right now. Like anything, it's about the money now. It's about the money. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not, but
then again, maybe Crawford truly meant what he said. At this point in his career, he has nothing left to prove and no reason to chase headlines. He's already done it all, climbed through multiple weight divisions, unified every major title, and built a legacy that puts him among the greatest fighters of this generation. Crawford isn't the type to seek attention or stir drama for the sake of it. So when he speaks, it usually comes from a place of honesty and experience.
Many consider you the biggest, hardest puncher, in all of boxing in regards to where you're at in your weight class and how you consistently are just knocking guys out. What's that feeling like when you do?
It actually feel like a home run, like when someone hit the bat and it just right on the target and it go far. It's just like that. So that's how I feel when you actually hit somebody on the butt and you know that you catch them real good. So that's how I feel for me.
Crawford doesn't need drama to stay relevant anymore. He's already built his empire, earned respect, and secured his legacy. So maybe, just maybe, this wasn't about headlines. It was about guidance. Crawford has seen everything the sport can offer. The fame, the distractions, the dangerous fights that can ruin even the brightest careers. And when he looks at Gervonta Davis, he might be seeing a young version of fighters who lost their way chasing fame.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. And everybody that's cool with him. I mean, with him.
Tank, question for you. You're a proud father.
Even though Tank didn't say much at the press conference, you could read everything in his face. Crawford's words hit him harder than he wanted to show. He kept his cool, stayed quiet, and tried to brush it off like it didn't matter. But the tension was there. His expression said it all. You could see that mix of pride, frustration, and maybe even a hint of doubt. For a fighter like Tank, who's built his image on confidence and control, that
I'm fighting Gervonta Davis on Netflix.
Let's go.
People think that he could actually beat me, and people think he could outbox me, and he's so powerful and this and that. That's what makes it a good fight. November 14th, Netflix.